Support for this episode of PBS Reno Arts is provided by the Nevada Arts Council. Arts and creativity make us stronger, fueling innovation, prosperity, and thriving communities across Nevada. They boost our economy, promote well-being, and enhance education, empowering Nevadans of all ages. The Nevada Arts Council nurtures these essential creative forces. Together, let's elevate the arts in every corner of our great state. More at nvartscouncil.org. This is PBS Reno Arts. I'm Dave Santina in the studio at PBS Reno in Reno, Nevada. And this is a sort of a hybrid PBS Reno Arts mixed with elements that feel like Wild Nevada to me, because I have across from me Gabrielle Enfield from the county, Washoe County. You're the Community Reinvestment Manager for Washoe County, correct?
Yes, I am.
That's a title that sounds complicated, but what does it really mean?
Well, it's a really unique position, and I'm really honored to play this role at Washoe County. The position was added to the county when we received our $91.5 million of federal recovery funds that we needed to distribute and manage projects with all of those funds. So that was one of the primary things that we do, is really managing all of that funding, which is just about ready to be all spent. We have 133 projects.
Wow.
Most of them are finished. We still have a few that are going to be finishing up by the end of this year. In addition to that, I have the opportunity to work with a lot of community initiatives. One of the primary ones is nonprofit capacity building. So really working with our nonprofits so that they can do more of what they do and serve our community, so that those individuals or people in situations don't end up on the county in one of county programs. So.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So one of the things that you're involved with, and one of the things you helped spearhead, was the Washoe ArTrail, which is a project that's been going on for a while and has an important opportunity coming up. So I wanted to bring that up. But first, if you could just explain for people who maybe haven't heard it yet, what is the Washoe ArTrail?
Yeah. Washoe ArTrail is my passion project. We have been working on it for a little while. It was initiated back in 2018, and the ArTrail is a 200-mile public participatory experience. So we really wanted to provide an opportunity for people who live in Washoe County and visitors to really understand this amazing place. We have the Sierra Nevadas, where the ArTrail starts at Crystal Peak Park. We have a new public art piece there, the first permanent public art piece of Washoe County. And then it goes along the Truckee River up to Gerlach, which is about 100 miles outside of Reno, and then back through around Pyramid Lake and back to Sparks. So along that trail, there are 22 different sites that are artistic, cultural, or historic sites. Primarily, they're existing sites. They're art pieces or historic places that are here in Washoe County and that we really want people to experience and go out and participate in your community.
Yeah, and you have a map of the trail. I've got a big print that I made of it right here that I'm showing to a camera for anybody who might be watching this, if it's ever visible. It is a very nice indicator of all the different stops along the way, and you can see this long spur going out north that ends in Gerlach, and the Gerlach location is one end that you want to mark. There's an opportunity now for, I guess you'd call it a bookend, because the first art piece that you just described, the installation, is in Verdi at one end of the trail, and this, I guess you could call, the other end of the trail. So what is the potential here? What's the opportunity that you have in front of you?
Absolutely. So we're very excited that now that we're We've gotten through the pandemic. So we did have a little hiatus there with the pandemic. So the first art piece, our trailhead in Verdi, was completed in October of 2019. So we had little interruptions after that.
A little bit of time has passed.
Right. And now we're working to, we've identified a location for the trailhead in Gerlach and are so excited to have a call for artists out for a large piece of art at that trailhead. We've been working really closely with the Gerlach General Improvement District. The property, the location for that art is going to be on their property, which is a gateway park that's being created. The first component of that is going to be this new piece of art and a parking lot so people can come in to this amazing property.
Always good to have a parking lot.
Always good to have a parking lot.
Especially near the playa. You don't want to park on the playa.
Right. And then people can park there at that park, check out the art. Eventually there will be some trails, and then maybe go have a coffee and check out Gerlach, which is a great little Washoe County community.
For sure. And so what does an artist who is interested in submitting to this, what do they have to do to be considered?
Well, this first step of submitting a concept, so right now it's open, and all the information can be found on Sierra Arts Foundation's website.
Oh, yeah, I should mention, you're partnering with Sierra Arts to make this happen.
Absolutely.
So this is a county and Sierra Arts Foundation partnership.
Yes, Sierra Arts is doing the artist call for us, which they are very connected with the artist community, and so they're gathering all of the art submissions. And the first aspect of that submission process is really the concept. So the artist will submit a concept art, some specifics about like what's that art going to look like, how does it connect with the community, not really that initial information, and that can all be submitted via the email website on that website to Sierra Arts. And then we'll do an evaluation and identify 3 finalists from those submissions.
Okay.
And then the next step for artists those 3 finalists will receive a stipend so that they can give us a much more comprehensive submission to really tell us what that art's going to look like, and maybe give us either drawings or a model of it. And then this is a really small community, and it's really important that the folks in that community have an opportunity to participate in choosing that art.
For sure.
So those 3 finalists, we're going to provide that information to the community to be able to let us know what they think about that. Also to the General Improvement District, because it's on their property. So we have an evaluation process that on that second level. So once it's been submitted for the initial, and then the 3 finalists will be announced August 17th.
Okay.
And then those 3 finalists will then have until September 25th to provide us with that more comprehensive proposal.
Got it. So the proposals that an artist would throw in, the ideas, the first step, how long do they have before that is due? When's the due date for that first line?
Yeah, the concepts are due July 27th.
Okay.
So get your amazing art submissions for a nice, significant public art piece that reflects Gerlach and the Black Rock and kind of that community. And
I love it. So July 27th, first deadline, just to submit ideas.
Right.
And then you'll select from them by August 17th. Did I hear that right?
Yes, we have a community group in Gerlach. So I'm working closely with about 10 folks from Gerlach that are all kinds of different components of the community, and we'll look at all of the submissions for the concepts and choose the 3. And then those 3, the artist will receive $1,000 stipend to be able to create really a solid concept, really give us an idea of what's that art going to look like. And then the community can choose from those 3 and really let Washoe County know, let the GID know, and then hopefully we have an amazing piece of art that finds its home out in Gerlach.
That's really exciting. I don't think this is a serious submission idea, but if you did even just a life-size statue of one of the Bruno's raviolis, that might be big enough to stand alone. I still remember going out there, and that's one of those must stops when you go to Gerlach for the first time is Bruno's, to have some big raviolis that are traditional there. I remember visiting the other end of this art trail with you for a Wild Nevada episode. We started in Verdi, and we got to see the piece that was at Crystal Peak Portal. It's called Crystal Peak Portal, and it was a collaboration at the time with Burning Man that you guys had done.
Absolutely.
And that turned into this beautiful sculpture with reflective pieces, with views, designed so that you can look through it and see the hills behind and a certain peak, and then on the side of it was honoring the Washoe tribe. It had a piece of some language from the Washoe tribe etched into the wall, and I remember I reviewed this recently. The language said, the language says, translated, "the place of my mother's sister."
Right.
And I thought that was and it's beautifully done. So if you haven't been to Verdi to see it, I suggest you go just to get a sense of what kind of artwork we're talking about on either end of this trail. So I'm really curious to see what will be the bookend at Gerlach, and what represents that area, because it's very different terrain, very different. You're at Verdi, you're in some foothills of the Sierra Nevada. You've got trees, you've got the pines and the cool air and the snow. We were there, and it was pretty nice the day we were there together. I went back to get some extra footage, and it had snowed, and I had a hard time trying to make it look like the same day, but it worked out. But that was my first experience with the art trail, and then we went to the second stop on the art trail, and you were our guide, and we hit the point where we were going to climb up this trail to the second spot on the trail is the Airmail Arrow, which is a cement arrow that's on the top of a hill that was back in the day. It used to exist to help guide airmail pilots to their destination, and it's still up there, and it's a pretty rigorous hike to get up there. And it was a hot day, and we did it, and by the end of it, I thought you were going to kill us because we've just about wiped you out. It was not the best day in your life. We really worked you over that day, and I still remember it. But that was my introduction to the art trail, and I love it. And I think it's such a great idea because not every stop is some new piece of art. You're highlighting existing places that deserve attention.
Yes. And this art trail, we started this with a grant from the NEA, and it was a placemaking grant. Mm-hmm. So placemaking grants are really specific to a partnership between government and an arts organization. And our partner in the application and in this project was Burning Man. And they've really helped us with the artist call for, like you said, for the portal. If you haven't seen it, you should go see it. It's really beautiful. We have landscaping now that is all grown up. It really looks beautiful in that place.
I need to go back. It's been a few years.
It's really gorgeous. And it's really unique. You can see the art trail starting there in Verdi. One of the unique aspects of this trail is you can ride your bike for 50 miles of this trail along the pyramid Tahoe Pyramid Bikeway.
Right. Yeah, that's nice. Trail. They changed the name now. It's the Tahoe Pyramid Trail.
You are right.
Because
Yes,
because
Tahoe
bikeway is too limiting in its scope, right? So now it's just you can go out. In fact, I went out to, this is completely off the subject a little bit, but I went out to the places where we had recorded the Tahoe Pyramid Bikeway segment for a Wild Nevada episode, and how they had changed the name, and they had sort of put stickers over the old sign. And so I went out to reshoot the signs, and I remembered that it got ingrained in me that it's trail. But that makes more sense because it's for anyone who can walk or hike or ride or however. So I get it. I get why they changed it. The art trail was already a trail, so you're all set there. So before we wrap it up, I want to really hit again the important dates for anyone who's listening, who might be an artist, who might know an artist, who might have a suggestion of an artist and you want to contact them. These are the important facts about the opportunity that's in front of them.
Absolutely. So the first deadline for the concept proposal is July 27th. And all the information can be found on Sierra Art's website. And that submission will be an email submission. So really provide all the information and documentation, and then just send it via email.
Yeah. Oh, I have written that down myself. The email is submissions@sierra-arts.org.
Perfect.
I'm contributing to this one.
Thank you.
I made a note.
Yes. And then the finalists from that first submission will be announced August 17th. So folks will be able to know whether they're moving on, whether they're one of the 3 finalists. And then those final proposals will be due September 25th. And we'll be announcing the final selection the end of September.
Nice. Okay, so those are the important dates. You're opening this up to anyone, any artist.
Absolutely.
But last time we should know, even though it was open to everyone, it still was a local artist who was selected, and I thought that was really appropriate.
We were really pleased. We had artists from around the world. We had New York and California. We had some from out of the country. And it was really that local team that resonated with the evaluation committee, and that we got a beautiful piece of art.
That's great. I would not be surprised if it happened that way again with this one, because as you say, the people of Gerlach have a say, and I bet it's going to resonate. Something's going to resonate with them, and they'll pick the one that feels right. So I'm excited to see what the 3, just the 3 finalists in August, and then get to the final and get started. You get to start constructing something. When do you want, in your mind, do you guys have a deadline in mind to have this completed and launched?
So we intend to install in the spring. But so from October through January is like finalization of the fabrication and design of that art, with the art being installed in the spring.
Okay, so this time next year, we should have it in place.
Absolutely.
Exciting. All right. Well,
Do a ribbon cutting.
I'm excited. I hope to be there for that. That would be really fun. It's the kind of thing that fits both the Artifacts series and the Wild Nevada series. It's very in tune with PBS Reno content. So I'm excited to be able to help promote it. And I hope even one artist hears this and says, I'm getting into this. That would make me happy. So let's see how it goes. But good luck with it. I'm excited for you.
Thank you so much.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
It.
All right. So before we go here, I want to say if you are absorbing this through the PBS Reno website, pbsreno.org, all the rest of the content for PBS Reno Arts is available on pbsreno.org. I know we get a lot of listeners through the web browser, which is not how I imagine podcasts happening, but they are really popular that way, and I appreciate people listening, so I want to encourage you to find all of them if you'd like this content and you'd like more of it. Now, I would say watch Artifacts on PBS Reno via broadcast or streaming or on pbsreno.org, the PBS Reno YouTube channel, or the PBS app. Also, please go read art views at pbsreno.org. Now, do you have a question or maybe a comment or a suggestion? If so, send them to me at podcasts@pbsreno.org. My thanks again to Gabrielle Enfield, and thank you for listening to PBS Reno Arts. Support for this episode of PBS Reno Arts is provided by the Nevada Arts Council. Arts and creativity make us stronger, fueling innovation, prosperity, and thriving communities across Nevada. They boost our economy, promote well-being, and enhance education, empowering Nevadans of all ages. The Nevada Arts Council nurtures these essential creative forces. Together, let's elevate the arts in every corner of our great state. More at nvartscouncil.org.